Welcome back to CyberSecurity Today. I'm Emily Hashi. My next guest is the CEO of Dispatch Tech, based in San Diego, California. Aaron Wyant, welcome to the show.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being here. So before we start talking about cybersecurity issues, why don't you just tell us a little bit about who you are and your company and what you do and who you serve?
Yeah, my company, is Dispatch Tech. We're in San Diego, and we serve small to medium-sized businesses, and we help companies with cybersecurity. I mean, we like to teach them, their employees, to keep their files safe and change their passwords often and all that fun stuff.
That's great. So you offer like a full-service cybersecurity sort of suite of services, right?
Yeah, we sure do.
Let's get into the sort of the cybersecurity side of things, right? So I know that you've helped a lot of people in the past, and I'm sure that you've had a lot of clients come to you with their issues. Maybe you could talk a little bit about some of the things that you've seen and the problems and how you handle them.
Yeah. So like some of the things we've seen, we've had, we've had clients that have, we've called them in the past, and they would be like, hey, how much do you guys charge for your services? And we'd be like, well, we charge this much, we do this, and that. And then one of the clients, he didn't call us back. A year later, he calls us back, and he's like, hey, all our stuff's been hacked and ransomware. Can you come help us out? So we try to help him. We went in there and we fixed him up right away, but it cost him a lot of money and downtime because all his files were encrypted. And
now, why do you think that is? Do you think that some people just think that they're not going to be targets?
Yeah, a lot of people think, oh, we're too small. We're just too small to worry about cybersecurity. And you're not too small. If you got money, they want you.
Right. I mean, even small businesses now, I think, are big businesses have always been a target, right? Mm-hmm. But now it seems like hackers are moving into smaller businesses and attacking them more often. Is that?
Yeah, they're coming after the small people. Anything's for money nowadays. It used to be they'd come in, they'd hack you, and they would just mess with your computer. You would go on a website and it would take you somewhere else, and then they would get paid that way. But now you pay me directly if I just encrypt your files and you don't have a backup. It's crazy what they do nowadays.
So if someone wants to protect themselves and they want to protect their business, what advice would you give them? What's sort of the one or two things that you would have them do to protect themselves?
First, get with a cybersecurity expert. Have them come in and analyze your business, see what you got going on. A lot of companies, they just hire someone out of the blue, and then they come out. They may have been a PC tech or whatever. They know nothing about cybersecurity, and when they hire them, they come in and they just kind of do whatever. Next thing you know, they've been hacked. So you want to go out there and you want to get someone who knows cybersecurity. And that person should be training your employees. The ones that are touching the computers are your worst vulnerability.
They're also your first line of defense, too, right?
Exactly. So if you train them and you teach them, hey, don't click those links. The links that are on the websites, the emails. When someone sends you an email, hey, you need to change your password, or hey, we have the security thing going on. If you click on that, they're going to instantly take over your network. And so you teach them, hey, if that comes in, go to the site directly. If it's Microsoft, go to Microsoft. It'll tell you right when you log in if you need to change your password, or if you need to do this or that. So,
is this something that you think people should be doing as an onboarding kind of thing? Like when employees come in, that this should be part of their general training?
Oh, for sure. Right when you hire someone, you should be training your employees. And when you train your employees, that way they have more knowledge of, because it's usually that first person they hire, first day. I mean, they can click on whatever. They start checking their personal emails and, yahoo.com or whatever, and then they get, infected. And those,
day one.
Yeah, day one. And the worst part is those employees and those hacks, sometimes you might not even know it happened if you don't have the right security in place. For months, years down the road, they'll find stuff in your network, and they'll start, they can get in if you have little cameras that haven't been protected, if you don't have printers been protected, new different passwords, firmware updates. If you don't have this stuff going on, you're going to be going out.
Exactly. So there are always things changing in the cybersecurity world, right? And there are always new threats coming down the pike. What are you seeing now? What are your clients coming to you and saying, this is the way that we're being breached? What are sort of the trends that people should be on the lookout for?
You want to be on the lookout. A lot of phishing attempts. They're trying to phish you. Hacking attempts. You want to really, really watch out. Public Wi-Fi. You got to be very, very careful on that stuff. I went to a CEO of the company the other day, and on his phone he had 50 different unknown, shared like Starbucks, hotel Wi-Fi.
50
of them. And So all someone has to do is they buy a little device, they plug it in, and now they can have access to your whole phone, everything that's connected, or your laptop or whatever you're using to go on public Wi-Fi. And they can hack you just like that, just a snap of a finger,
And we don't even think about that.
No,
like
you
we go onto those networks and we don't even think about
Yeah.
what that means, and we just leave it there.
Exactly. And then what they do is they'll do what's called a man-in-the-middle attack. You'll send an email out on your phone, your computer, and then they'll grab that email real quick. They'll change it, send it out, and when they send that out, now the person has a new, hey, let's say send me money. I need money to change this account. Well, now they grab that, swing it to them. They send it to a different bank, and now that guy has all that money, and it's pretty quick how fast they do it. That's the scary part.
Wow, and that's just like almost an instant thing.
Within hours, they can have it all done, and they grabbed your email, so you thought they got your email, but yet they got the hackers, and now the hackers running off with all this money.
Wow. So if people wanted to get in touch with you and learn more about what you do and come to you for advice and for help, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
They can go to our website, dispatchtech.com/contact. And right there they can fill out the information, and also we'll send them a free booklet of how to keep their network safe, and the book that every employee should have.
Absolutely. It's definitely a booklet that everybody should have. Thank you so much, Aaron, for joining us today. It was really a pleasure to talk to you.
No, thank you.
Great. And we will be right back after this message.